Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy, Big Lee, the Don't Get Tricked Podcast. And I'm here, me, relationship expert. I like to do what I do, even though when I could do it. But nah, for real. When I'm here, we just had our podcast and we asked y'all, give us some of y'all do's and don'ts of relationships. But I wanted to give basically a rundown of what we came through with the Don't Get Tricked podcast, top 3 do's and don'ts of relationships. And we're going to start with the do's. What do we got with the do's? Well, first, we got communication. If you ain't got communication within your relationship, you ain't got a relationship. You got to be able to talk to your spouse, your partner, your significant other, person you chose to go through life with, person you chose to be your partner. You got to communicate when things are good, communicate when things are bad. Don't have them sitting around, y'all get into an argument and then y'all go to sleep angry. Nah, we don't want that at the Don't Get Tricked podcast, because remember, don't get tricked. We got options out here, and options is communicate. Go up to, hey, when me and my wife, we get into it, I go up to her, she be mad at me, don't touch me. Nah, bring that ass here. DC Young Fly would say, right? But communicate with them, man. Once you communicate, a lot of things could get, messed up in text or whatever. Don't be texting, call them up. Any relationship you in, communication is key. Number 2, do's. Deuces. Being honest, be straight up. And anytime I'm in a relationship, like, yo, just be straight up with me. Be honest. We talked about it today with the honesty. We had a little joke and stuff talking about some people being honest with what guys they've been with or what women they've been with. Like I said, I'm not here for your resume. You could have your resume, but I'm here for your honesty. Let me know, what's up, what's good, what's the real, and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna always return the love, man, and be straight, to the point, whether it's gonna hurt you or whether it's gonna help you. The plan is for us to grow, and then, you could tie those communication, honesty, because if you're honest, you communicate, and if you're communicating, you honest, don't be lying, don't be building up lies that you got to remember, just be honest with that person, and, because like I said, you chose that person. So, unless you're in an arranged marriage, then you didn't choose, your parents chose it, but like I said, still be honest with that arranged marriage person. Number 3, do SelfCare. So what's SelfCare? Self-love. Love yourself, man. Because then once you love yourself, you're able to bring that back into the relationship. You're able to communicate and be honest, and guess what? When it all comes down, that other person ain't gonna make you happy. The only person that can make you happy is having self-care, self-love, and loving yourself, and having your self-esteem be high, and just know everything you do it, 100%, and like I said, that self-care is taking care of yourself in a relationship, not being codependent on your partner, so you able to function without it, be independent, but all at the same time functioning with that partner. So that's the top 3 do's. Now we're gonna go to the don'ts. It's a bunch of don'ts out there. Not everyone is gonna have the same do's and don'ts, but we're gonna start it off with don't disrespect your partner. That's major key. DJ Khaled would say, major key alert. Don't disrespect your partner. If you got something going on, include your partner in any of your discussions, any of your plans. Talk to them, and talk to them. Comes back communication, right? Don't disrespect them. Talk to your partner. like I said, don't embarrass your partner in front of people. Don't disrespect them. That, to me, that's a big one. That's why it's our number one don't. Because nobody want to feel disrespected. Because when you disrespect that person, what's gonna happen? They start to get upset. Then that's gonna cause a rift inside your relationship. So those is, that was number one. Don't disrespect. Number two of the don'ts. Having unreasonable expectations of your partner. What's some unreasonable expectations? Let me see. A quick example I could give is them doing everything that you would do. And like I said, I talked about it today on the pod that I tend to have expectations of people, not just of my partner that I chose, my wife, but just of people in general. But more importantly, in my relationship, I can't expect her to do everything I would do. Why? Why, you ask, right? Because we're actually two different humans. So my expectations might be from my background, the way I grew up with. She grew up different. She grew up in the Dominican Republic, before coming over here, and then grew up in Miami. So it's different than growing up in Newburgh, New York. So when I see, and then, being around my parents and stuff, and her being around her parents, our expectations are different. So I can't be having unreasonable expectations, thinking like she got to be this way all the time. She can't be that way, So like I said, number two, don't have unreasonable expectations. The third, we left open for you, the people that's watching, to give us some a third example of a don't that you don't want to have in a relationship. We had a low-key perspective, gave a good one. Don't lose your sense of self, which is a good one, and I just added it on. But we still are open to your suggestion on what the third one should be. And then also, like I said, let us know what are some of your communications, some of your do's and don'ts in a relationship. Like I said, this is the Don't Get Tricked Podcast, top 3 do's or don'ts. Remember, top 3 do's, communicate. 2, be honest. 3, self-care. Top 3 don'ts, don't disrespect your partner. 1. 2, don't have unreasonable expectations of your partner. 3, don't lose yourself. Don't lose your sense of self. So, like I said, it's your boy, Big Lee, of the Don't Get Tricked Podcast. Just wanted to come with you with the top 3 do's and don'ts of a relationship. And remember to subscribe, like, and comment on our YouTube page. And we look forward to hearing from you. Remember, don't get tricked. We out. Peace.